After the USJ incident, Class 1A and Midoriya have been taken to the hospital. Everybody is being treated, and surprisingly, Midoriya came out with no bruises. Although All Might explained to him what happened at the USJ, because Midoriya himself isn't really sure of what happened. He surprisingly can't remember. So All Might started telling him. Midoriya didn't believe at first, but after watching some of the footage, he was really shocked. He didn't remember that, and he still doesn't remember. How did he become that? He was almost like he was asleep, but at the same time awake. Regardless of which, Midoriya, for the next 2 weeks since UA gave them a time to rest, Izuka has started training on his little abilities. After the 2 weeks, right now, Izuka's in the class taking his books, putting them in the back since Aizawa have dismissed the class, into the cafeteria, and Izuka was about to walk through the door, but suddenly, when they open the door of their class, they see a lot of students from different courses standing in front of the door of UA. As Bug said, "What the hell are you extras doing here? Get out of my way." As everybody watching this, even Ida wondering why the students are standing in front of their door. Before one of them comes forward, a kid with purple eyes and purple hair stands in front of Baku saying, "So this is the amazing Class 1A that got attacked by villains? I was expecting more than a bunch of egotistical maniacs." As Baku said, "You want to say that again to my face, you purple creep?" As he said, "Take it easy. We're not here to pick up a fight. Oh wait. Let me take that back. We're here to pick up a war." As Bug said, if you want to fight, you came to the right place. Come on at me, I'll take you all on." As immediately, the kid with purple hair said, "Well, how unpolite of you. Why don't we first introduce ourselves? You're Katsuki Bakugo, right? Well, my name is Hitoshi Shinso. And to correct you, yes, we're here to pick up a fight, but not with Class 1A. We're here to pick up a fight with him." As he pointed on the kid with green hair standing in the back, as Izuku pointed on himself saying, "Me?" As Bug said, "You mean that, Deku?" As Shinso said, "We heard of you. Everybody watched the news, you know, and the news do travel fast. We heard of the single student that single-handedly saved everybody in the USJ. At the same time managed to save All Might." As Bug said, "What?" And Bug gets angry because, remember, in the last part, I kinda did the mistake of saying that Baku was there, but actually he wasn't, because he got injured in the Heroes vs. Villains. You go watch the series. If you didn't watch it, why the fuck are you even watching this videos? Back into the what if. Anyway, as Bug gets angry on that, Shinso said, "Yeah, we heard that. You must be really proud of yourself, saving the #1 hero. That's a big feat." As Izuku said, "I'm not really sure that I understand what you're trying to say." As Shinso said, "Don't hide it. Everybody here knows who you are. You with that creepy book of yours, and your quirk. Everybody knows who you are. So you no need to hide it behind that cheerful, nice personality of yours. You may trick everybody here, but I know exactly who you are under that mask. You're just tricking everyone to think that you're nice, while in reality you're just an egotistical maniac just as much as this explosion freak over here." As Bug said, "Durr." As Shinso said, "Well, anyway," he started explaining about how the sport festival is coming up after a day tomorrow, so there's a chance that any one of the support course or general course to take a place in Class 1A if they manage to win or at least make it to the finals. As he continues saying, "So any of us can take place of somebody of your class, and I would be surely happy to take your seat. Anyway, this is a war. Don't think just because you saved the #1 hero or that you take a dozen villain all by yourself that means that you're special. Anybody of us can defeat you easily. You'll never know." As Midoriya just gulps a throat and the bell rings for the cafeteria. Or at least, it was a couple of minutes ago. as Shinso just walks away. Which finally the rest of the students came out away from the door after Midoriya tried to walk out. Izuku just hearing a bit of whispers about him as he's walking to the cafeteria while just hearing all these whispers, and he can't help but feel this energy inside of everybody as if it's pointing at him. It's really creeping him out. As while he's walking, just thinking about what happened to the USJ, trying to force himself to remember, he bumps into somebody as he falls into the ground. And he said, damn it, sorry, As he look in front of him, he see a girl with quite the big horns. As Izuku looks at her and said, sorry, I didn't mean to. As Izuku looks on the ground seeing that some of her books, so he grabbed them and tried to give it to her. And when Izuku comes closer, the girl immediately screams and starts running away, saying, stay away from me! As immediately Izuku said, what? As the girl just starts running away while Izuku said, wait, your books! As he started following her saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. How about... As after Izuku runs in after the girl, he pumps into somebody else, this time into a wall of steel, being none other than the student from Class 1B, Tetsu. As he said, hey, what the hell is wrong, Pony? As Izuku fall on the ground and Tetsu look, is that guy following you around? As he looks at him saying, hey, you got a problem with one of my classmates? As Izuku said, no, seriously, I don't. As he said, because if you do, you have a problem with me. Nobody picks up on one of my classmates. As Izuku said, no, seriously, I just want to. As he started threatening him, telling him if he want to fight, he came to the right place and everything. Before a girl with orange hair steps forward, saying, it's okay, Tetsu, let me take it from here. As Tetsu said, what is it, Kendo? I'm very capable of handling this. As she said, this situation needs brains, not muscles. So how about you just take Pony back to class and I'll gonna handle this. As he said, sure, whatever you say, just keep this guy away from her. I'm watching you. As he walks away with Pony, taking her back to class to calm her down because the girl is frightened for some reason. Anyway, Izuku's still on the ground. The red-haired girl give him a hand of help, saying, are you okay? As Izuku take her hand and said, I really wasn't following her, I was just... As Kendo said, it's alright. Pony is a bit scared sometimes. By the way, my name is Kendo, and you must be Midoriya, right? From Class 1A? As Izuku said, you know me? As she said, well, it's kinda hard not to know you. Everybody in the school talks about you, and how you saved the #1 hero and all. As Izuku said, yeah, I wish I just know what happened. As she looks into Midoriya's hands, seeing that he's carrying some of Pony's books. As she said, I see you got some of Pony's books? As Izuku said, yeah, I bumped into her by accident and she dropped them. I just tried to return them to her. As Kendo said, that explains it. I'll return them to her. Don't worry, you can keep them with me. As Izuku gave the books into Kendo, and Izuku said, yeah, but why was she running away from me? I really didn't try to do anything weird. As Kendo said, well, how can I say? It's a long story. Because the first time Pony saw you, she said something really funny. You'll find this very hilarious. As Izuku said, what is hilarious? What did she say? As she said, well, when she saw you on the news and heard about how you saved the #1 hero and defeated the villains, well, she said that you were the boogeyman. That was really funny, though. As Kendo started chuckling while Izuku thinking in his mind, the boogeyman? As Kendo said, anyway, thanks for the books. I'll make sure to let her know that you weren't trying anything weird. And don't worry about that, so I'll keep him away from you. Nice meeting you again, Midoriya. As Kendo just walks away while Izuku waving bye to her. But at the same time he looks down. The boogeyman? Is that what the girl saw in him? Just a creature of darkness? As Midoriya gulps his throat, saying, why would she think that? What did I do? Anyway, Izuku goes to take his lunch. And after which, one day later, and right now everybody is getting ready for the sports festival. They all standing in front of Midnight that's giving her whole speech and everything. As after a while Izuku staring into his grimoire, just reading it, at least trying to read it, those symbols are very hard to decipher. Suddenly Midnight says something that surprised Midoriya. She said, "Now a word from the winner of the entrance exam, Izuku Midoriya from class 1A." As immediately she said, "Izuku Midoriya? Izuku Midoriya," as finally Izuku realized that she was talking to him, saying, "Huh?" As she said, "Please come here and give us a speech." As Izuku said, "A speech? Nobody told me that I should give a speech. But what am I supposed to say? I don't know what to say. I'm not ready for this." As immediately Horaka just pushes Midoriya forward, saying, "Come on, Midoriya, you got this." As Ida said, just told him, "Just make sure to give us a great speech, Midoriya. I know you can do it." As Izuku gulps a throat and said, "Yeah, I can do it." As he comes forward and stand on the stage as he takes the microphone. As a moment of silence as he clears his throat. Izuku gulps his throat while thinking in his mind, saying, "What should I say? Should I say something inspiring? Something nice? I just should tell everybody have good luck. That will be good." As Izuku opens his mouth and he was about to wish good luck for everybody, but the word that came out of his mouth weren't the words that you were thinking about. The words that came out of his mouth were,
"Come get me if you can."
As after that wasn't just any words. Those were blood-curdling words, chilling to the spine. It almost like his voice changed. And when Midoriya realized what he said, as he put his hand on his mouth, saying in his mind, "Wait, that wasn't what I'm thinking. Why did I say that?" As the students start booing him, well, Izuku said, "But I didn't." As Midnight said, "Well, it seems that somebody is surely sure of himself. Well, let's see if you're gonna live up for that hype." As she just take the mic out of his hand, and Izuku said, "But," as she just told him to go stand in there with his class, while Baku getting angry because first, he's the one that wanted to say that, and second of all, that wasn't anything that Deku would say. That absolutely confused him. He's thinking in his mind, saying, "Deku will never think of that. If anything, that sounds more like me. But why would he say something like that? I was expecting something stupid like good luck everybody, but that? What is going on here?" As he's just staring at Midoriya, while Midoriya is thinking in his mind, saying, "That's not what I was thinking about. Those weren't the words that I was thinking about. How did that happen? How can I say something so different?" As Araka said, "You okay, Midoriya?" As Izuku said, I'm fine, Araka." As Ida said, "What was that, Midoriya? That wasn't what I expect." As Izuku said, "Yeah, I'm..." Anyway, President Mike cuts Midoriya by announcing that the first part of the sports festival is about to begin. Everybody take your places. It will be the obstacle race. As he explains it, everybody's standing while Midoriya gulps in his throat. He's still thinking. As when President Mike said, 3, 2, 1, go! As everybody starts rushing through the gates, Todoroki freezing the gate, Bako flies with explosion, Momo creating a staff to push herself up in the air, Araki using her zero gravity to fly, while Kirishima, like the true man he is, just punch the floor and jump up in the sky, and Ida runs over the ice and everybody start defeating robots in front of them, as the whole thing going very exciting. President Mike looks in the back and there is one student just standing there reading a grimoire. As he said, "It seemed that Izuku Midoriya that gave us the speech is still standing." Well, it seemed that he's I'm not really sure what he's doing. Why is he just standing there? Why isn't he running? Did he give up that easily? Well, that was quite anticlimactic. Well, how about we get into something more interesting? As in the front lines, Baku and Todoroki are fighting for the first place, while in the back, Midoriya is just thinking in his head, saying, the USJ. Since the USJ, I couldn't think of something else than that time. And what All Might told me, a black form, a black wing and tail and horn, twisted marks on my face growing like darkness. And I was thinking, what is that thing? I'm still getting these weird feelings, like something is off. As Midoriya started focusing, saying, maybe if I focus a bit more. There's still a lot that I don't know about myself. Come on, focus, Midoriya. How about this time? Instead of focusing on everybody around me, I focus only on myself. As Izuku starts ignoring everybody's energy out of there. Everybody that he see around of him, the energy of the students, the energy of President Mike, Midnight, and the people that's sitting in the stadium, he ignores all of those signals, and he focuses on the one in his body. But when he looks closer, when he feels it closer, it's not coming from him. It's coming from his grimoire, making its way up his arm and into the rest of his body. As Izuku said, it's not coming from me. This energy, this aura, is growing out of my book and into my body. But it's only going through my arm. It's like it's making its way into me. What if I... As Midoriya puts the book closer into his chest, giving more surface of contact into his body, which when Midoriya focuses, he sees the energy growing even deeper, saying, that's it. I just need more surface to connect with the grimoire. It will allow more energy to surge through me. Now, all what I have is just to focus. Focus, just try make it flow even faster. As while he's doing that, Baku and Todoroki are already fighting in the last part of the sport festival, being the, well, minefield. As Todoroki and Baku just pushing each other, trying to, well, cause somebody to explode out of them. The rest of the students are following soon back, while President Mike saying that this is a fight between Katsuki, Baku, and Shoto Todoroki for the first place. Who will get a... As suddenly, Aizawa points out, saying, wait. As he looks back and they just see a black star just shooting through the gate, making its way through a robot, just cutting it in half, flying over the giant crater in the ground and destroying anything in its path, flying so fast away from students, blasting past them like a bullet. As President Mike saying, what is going on here? As while Baku and Todoroki are fighting for the first place, they feel this ominous presence behind of them. And when they look behind, they see this black shooting star as it just splits right between them in that split second. Todoroki managed to see the side of Midoriya, the right side of Midoriya, the green-haired Midoriya with the green eyes. As for Bakugo, he was on the left side of Midoriya, and what he see is a corrupted, demonic version of the kid that once called him a friend. As while both of them are in that split of a second just standing, they hear a voice saying,
Get away!
As all of a sudden Midoriya still flies right away from them, as while they are frozen in their places, suddenly the mine under their feet explode, blasting the both of them up in the air and away, while Midoriya goes right through the gate, giving him the first place. As he's still going so fast, he was about to slam into the wall, but suddenly the black star curves up into the sky, and everybody's seeing it making its way up the sky before it stops, and it makes its way going down into the ground as he does a heroic landing. As when the darkness and this black aura just all disappears, the only thing standing is Midoriya, a kid with a half-demonic presence, with a grimoire, with the symbol of a 5-leaf clover floating by his side. A child with half black hair, a red bloody eye, dark veins growing out of the right side of his body, a black wing and a demonic sharp pointy tail, with a black horn growing out of the right side of his head. Everybody watching this, they're in shock. Even President Mike couldn't announce who was the winner because he was just in shock before Aizawa. As President Mike said, right, Izuku Midoriya wins the first place. As after that, Izuku Dark energy just disappears. As quickly he falls into the ground as in agony and pain. His body starts hurting him like nothing before. He gets this pain in his muscles. As immediately, Recovery Girl and, well, the robots that are standby for anybody to get injured immediately run to Midoriya to heal him. Recovery Girl gave him a kiss on the cheek that healed him very quickly and stopped his agony, as Midoriya stand up, thanking the Recovery Girl and everything. Eventually, Bakugo and Todoroki, after the blast that Midoriya gave them, and him basically exploding a mine under their feet, they kind of been thrown very back that Baku had to take the 4th place and Todoroki took he took the 5th place, which Baku got angry on, but at the same time, he didn't come closer to Midoriya because he was still wondering what was that thing that looked at him. The right eye. That wasn't Midoriya. That was a devil. As this is when I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this part. I know I'm an asshole for cutting it so short, but that's who I am. Deal with it. You know what you got yourself into the moment that you subscribe to me. Well, I don't give a fuck. So, well, maybe I shouldn't swear, but whatever. I have nothing more to say than bye.